you see the dog park over there? I did. It reminds me. Where did you find your hamster?
Ooh, I went to.
Get after it, MP. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. MP out there with Rodman. Then there's Wembanyama. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's George in at the 3 spot.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Rodman, good, and it's MP picking up the assist.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Young's shot is off. Ricochet with the steal. Young outside, and the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul. And the East has possession. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Halliburton passes to Wagner. Young outside. This one for 3. It's good from long range.
And defensively, you have to stay connected to Young at all times.
Rodman kicks to Giannis. And here is Rodman. It's Wembanyama at the elbow. Some nice passing here by the West. 6 to shoot. Here's Rodman. Again, the West All-Stars.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's MP, top of the key. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Love the determination. MP comes right at you.
And so Young will bring it up for the East All-Stars. It's a 5-point game. Here's MP. And MP throws it down hard.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we could add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that slam was a raise the roofer.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Now Halliburton. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Wagner passes to Young. Halliburton outside. 5 to shoot. Mobley, a screen on Rodman. Kept alive.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
MP kicks to Antetokounmpo. MP outside. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman. MP's got 6.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Here's Young, following the basket by MP. Mobley with the bounce pass. Young outside. And the rejection by MP. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. And the East All-Stars. All-Stars with some changes. Tatum comes in for Evan Mobley. And Wagner's subbed in for Halliburton. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for George. And MP subbed in for Rodman.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this game.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Antetokounmpo is out there with Wembanyama. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's MP. And it's Doncic in at the 3. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Now here's Tatum. He has 6.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
The West leading by 16. Antetokounmpo finds MP. The tray. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. MP's got 11 points. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star games.
Oh, man.
Just stunning the defense and the crowd, for that matter. How artistic was that dunk by MP?
Pass to Tatum. Fires the 3. West All-Stars with the rebound. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Halliburton's checked in for Tatum. Then for the West All-Stars, Rodman is checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Luka Doncic. And Young kicks to Halliburton. Back to Young. Can they get it? Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Wagner against Giannis. Here's Rizachet. He has 7. And another miss by the East.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Some nice passing here by the West. And he gets it to go. 18 points for MP.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here. The East making a switch. York's checked in. Jokic is checked in for the West. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the East All-Stars. Pass to Wagner. Looking to end the run. Traps in the tray.
Hunting for that shot. Wagner wants to eat.
The West leading by 23. Rodman finds MP. A 3 off the mark. And here are the East All-Stars now. Halliburton with it. Now defended by MP. For the 3. Halliburton no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Wagner with it. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
And, Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit.
I got yours.
4 on the clock. There's the triple. Jokic grabs the miss. The West leading by 21. Morant outside. Now here's MP. 18 points for him. Back to Morant. MP with a screen on Halliburton. And Ja Morant, good for the three. Morant's got his third basket of the night.
Something that Morant continues to work on. When he's hitting from deep, he is basically unguardable.
Down low, here's York. Power down with both hands.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Back to MP. Rebound that time collected by Madsen. Halliburton against Morant. And he lays it straight in. Halliburton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Very good composure and control that time by Halliburton, not allowing that physical defense to affect his shot at all.
Back to MP. Pass to Morant. They get a hand on it. Rizichet with it. He's picked up by Morant. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Madsen. Inside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
MP has been leading the charge for the West. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
Yeah. And I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
Wagner is out there with Rizichet. Then it's Trae Young. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Mobley in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And that sends NP to the free throw line. It's going to be on Trae Young. This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
what I love about MP, his work ethic. He's someone that wants to keep getting better and better.
Shot, high post. Good on the jump shot. Young's got 9 points.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
MP with the bounce pass. George dishes to MP. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama. Good D by Mobley.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Young for 3. The West All-Stars pull it in. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's MP. Mobley with the block. Halliburton up top. Defended by George. And the foul called on MP. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And, guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Halliburton finds Wagner. Pass to Mobley. It's stolen by Wembanyama.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
Super quick in transition. The Greek freak jumping down the throat of the defense with that speed.
To the inside. Shoots. That's good from Wagner on the assist by Halliburton. And that's now 7 points for Franz Wagner.
Body up on MP.
Giannis passes to MP. On the wing, Rodman. He's covered by Halliburton. Rodman, no luck. The East trail by 19. Wagner kicks to Halliburton. Mobley, a screen on Giannis. Young with no one around. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's George. Sinks that one from the post. George has got his first 2 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Halliburton kicks to Young. Clock at 6. A special move before the shot. Young's got 11 points.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
Here's MP. Wembanyama trying to free himself up. And he's able to get it back. Moves back up. Good. He's got 8.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Rodman against Halliburton. From deep. The West grabs the miss. Wembanyama's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. The shot's good from Rodman.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
On its way from Young for 2. It's rebounded by the West.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Oh, just pound it in! Pound it in!
Goodness. Oh! How about that?
To the paint, and Mobley throws it down.
An excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
It's George on the wing. MP deciding where to go with it. That one drops for him. MP's got 7 points for the quarter.
And really, this has been an MVP caliber performance. Guys, he's been terrific.
Yeah, he has been. It's going to be a very easy job for the voters this year.
Young from outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. In the corner, George with it. Shoots over Wagner. Another shot. And Wembanyama with the layup. Wembanyama's got 10.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Halliburton outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists in the game. MP dishes to Antetokounmpo. Nice defense from Wagner. And here are the East All-Stars. And that one's good. Ricochet. He's got 9.
Wagner, he'll find the wide-open teammate more often than not. Heady player.
Wembanyama finds Rodman. Some nice passing here by the West. Really left alone that time.
Well, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Pass to Young. A 3-ball. And another 3 from the East.
First 3 of the half. Second of the game. Can he heat up?
Antetokounmpo with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. MP, no good. And here are the East All-Stars now. And a wide open look for Halliburton. No good on the triple.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Antetokounmpo, no good. The East All-Stars on offense. Here's Ricochet. And it's sent back by George. Giannis passes to MP. And they pick up 2. And that's now 30 points for MP. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Jokic has checked in for Wembanyama. Luka Doncic cut. The West leading by 23. On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Jokic. Then there's Doncic. And it's MP in at the point guard. And here's Wagner. Lets it go with a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And it's the West All-Stars ball. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to MP. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Tatum passes the ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on MP.
Hanging tough. Ball does not let the foul stop him completely. Two.
That's good from Ball. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, it doesn't feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Here's MP. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Wembanyama's got assist number 5 here tonight. Ball, the pass to Manson. Now Reza Shea. There's the screen. Three-pointer. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's MP. The shot will not fall.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Reza Shea. And another miss by the East.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
And the basket by MP.
Well, it's looking more and more like the MVP award is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, he looks like he's got that thing locked up at this point. He's been phenomenal.
Drills it from outside.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. We see some high-flying efforts tonight, or what?
Are we ever? I mean, they're doing some major damage to those rims.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The 3 from Tatum. It's hauled in by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the West All-Stars. Pass to MP. Off target with his 3. MP's gotten just 2 of his 7 attempts from deep to fall here. And he lobs it up. Jokic with the steal. And here comes the break. Reza Shea with the steal. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to MP. Baseline J on the way. Ball with the rebound. Clark, I've always heard that every team when on the road will have a team dinner.
You know, that's typically a practice that most teams employ, and those dinners are memorable, especially if the food is good. But more than the food, I think, is the camaraderie and the bonding that takes place. When you break bread together, coaches and players.
The West again cannot hit. To the middle. The second effort. Yes, that goes in. Ball's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And the East with some changes. Mobley, he's checked in for Madsen. Halliburton comes in for Tatum. And Trae Young subbed in for Ball. Then for the West All-Stars, Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jokic. George comes in for Luka Doncic. And it's Rodman in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hands it from downtown.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Now Halliburton. Mobley sets the pick for Halliburton. Pass to Wagner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mobley a screen on Antetokounmpo. Good on the bucket. Wagner's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Giannis dishes to MP. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Reza Shea's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here's Young from the arc. Giannis grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's MP. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you'd try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Young for 3. The West grabs the miss.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Young taking his time here. Drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Outside, Rodman. Some nice passing here by the West. Wembanyama, right side, over Mobley. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's 12 points for Victor Wembanyama. Here's Young, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
At his best when attacking the rim. Young not settling for a jumper, putting the onus on the D.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to MP. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for MP. The second chance effort. And Giannis with a nice bucket inside.
Takes so much work to keep Giannis off the glass. He's got that great length and athleticism. Boy, he's a real problem on the boards.
Here's Young. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We've seen the league, Clark, crack down on physical play more and more over time.
You know, I think in general that's a good trend and direction and change. The game was extremely physical and rugged in the early 80s and even into the early mid-90s. But things change, and I think the change is for the better. It's about player safety and protecting players. So I think it's a good thing overall.
And something you like about Young is how he forces an his hand. He makes you adapt and not the other way around.
Shooting two.
First one falls for him.
Luka Doncic is a do-it-all player. I mean, he does everything for this team, including being a walking triple-double threat on a game-by-game basis.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 1:32 left in the game. Young outside. A floater. And that one is off. Good defense by MP. Clark, when you played, virtually every team had an enforcer. But that is a rare breed, it seems, in today's game.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you, I think, Kevin. I mean, a lot of teams had more than one enforcer back in the early 80s when I was playing. There's less physicality in general in the NBA today. And I think that's why you see fewer enforcers, and there's a much greater premium on skill level than the enforcement component that existed in the early 80s and maybe a little beyond that.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And he comes up with the deuce. MP's got 49 points in the game.
And MP is letting his play do the talking. He is on one.
Halliburton outside. Jokic grabs the miss.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
2 points. That one goes. 51 points for MP.
And it's just competing.
matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Bucket is good.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Here's MP. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
Good game, MP.
This Portland crowd ain't ready for your flavor? Show 'em what's up. These are the games you have to win to be taken serious.
getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. On the day that... So a moment now to see the story for MP.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
So with Williams on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Butler. Moses Moody is out there with MP. And it's Ware in at center. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Klingon. Jackson is out there with Hachimura. Then it's Rodman. And it's Rollins in at the point. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
All right, let's hand it over to David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, guys. We've got 2 MVP candidates clashing in this one, and MP believes that will make things extra competitive. He said the best players bring the best out of you. We know we have to be locked in against this team, and I'm sure they feel the same way about us. They do. Kevin?
Yeah, they're not taking this matchup lightly, are they, David? Nor should he. Now, here's MP. Has to Ware. MP looking around. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier. That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Back to Butler. Golden State moving the ball around. Rodman against MP. 4 on the shot clock. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's Rodman. He had 25 points last game. Augustine grabs the board.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Butler is screen on Rodman. The kick outside to Butler. Here's MP. Just 5 to shoot. The shot, no good. Some solid defense by Rodman. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Well, it's because he's someone that understands his role. He plays with confidence and helps provide stability when he's on the floor.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Butler passes to MP. Tries a 3 off the inbound. The kick outside to Butler. MP against Rodman. MP dishes to Ware. Shot clock at 5. Augustine passes to MP. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. The Warriors, number 1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively. Always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Now here's Rodman. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
And that's in the gym range, Kevin. He can pull up and knock it down from anywhere.
And the Warriors with possession here. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And another three for Portland.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out. Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Now, here's Rodman. 9 points in the game so far. And he drives in. Augustine, that's good.
Nice pass from MP. Assists like that signal a well-run offense.
Pass to Hachimura. Fires from deep. They get it again. Rodman passes to Rollins. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman. And here is MP. Over to the wing. Ware kicks to Butler. It's stolen by Rodman. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And Rodman with the slam.
Well, that's why they're in front. The aggressive play at both ends. Nicely.
Augustine's got 8.
Oh, great job by MP, showing how selfless he is with passes like that.
And stolen by MP. Inside. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And he just powered that. Timeout. One of the game's top dunkers. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. A different look now for Portland. Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. Who comes in for Rui Hachimura. And Wallace subbed in for Rollins. The Trailblazers.
Come on, MP.
Hachimura is checked in for Klingon. And it's Evans in for Rodman. Then for the Warriors, Augustine's checked in, and MP subbed in for Davis. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Hachimura kicks to Evans. With the teardrop, the Warriors pull it in, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the score.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Williams. He's out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Clowney in at the center, filling out the middle. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
3 shots. 3 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. nails the third.
And he's showing a little more aggressiveness, getting himself to the line here in the second quarter.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Cavaliers was all business. He scored 33 points, and he also did a good job of creating for others, getting him the ball in position to score. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here's Clowney. Outside, Kuminga. Pass to MP. Shot clock at 6. Here's Augustine. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Augustine's got the lead up to 2 now for the Warriors. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Purdue with the ball. He's got 5 to the paint. Here's Clark. Can't hit from in close.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Clowney. The 3 from MP. Another miss by MP.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Now here is Hachimura. Down low, here's Wallace. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Wallace has got the game tied up here for Portland.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The 3 from MP. Another miss by MP.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Hachimura, no good.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
MP's shot is good.
Embracing the physicality, MP is unhindered by the aggressive D inside.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jackson comes in for Hachimura. Rodman, he's checked in for Purdue. And Rollins subbed in for Evans. Then for the Warriors, Ware's checked in, and it's Butler in for Williams. Now, here's Rodman. 13 points in the game. Out to Wallace. Releases. And Ware pulls it down.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
MP passes to Ware. Back to MP. Golden State moving it around. It's MP attacking. Rodman grabs the rebound. Rodman's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Ware passes to Moody. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Outside Butler. Back to MP. And the 3 off target.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Pass to Klingon. Warriors with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. MP passes to Butler. A three from MP.
Like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Rollins against Kuminga. Back to Jackson. Here's Rollins. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Now, here's MP. Floats one up. MP converting the tough bucket.
Look, that floater is pretty much unblockable. MP, pretty shot.
Here's Rodman, and then Rodman with the dunk.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Jackson against Butler. Back to MP. Outside, Kuminga. Pass to MP. Rodman with the defensive effort.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
And Butler sends it back. Shot from 12. Here's Ware, and here is Moody. Defended by Rodman. Here's MP. Another miss by MP. Trailblazers trail by 7. Pass to Klingon. Jackson with it. Here's Rollins. Misses the three. Now Moody. And so that's the end of the first half. The Warriors on top as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Welcome, everybody. Let's jump right in with a look at the players of the week. For the West, Victor Wembanyama.
Tremendous effort lately for this guy. Victor, 7'4". This dude is 7'4". Folks, I mentioned because skills-wise, he's kind of like a small forward.
Lots of great NBA players from France, but he has a good shot at being the best of that group. And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Warriors.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Warriors leading by 7. Rui Hachimura out there with Jackson. Then it's Rodman. Then there's Rollins. And it's Klingon in at the 5 spot. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Stolen. Here's Ware. And he dunks it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Rollins. Here's Hachimura. Off target from outside.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Looking to get back on track here. It's deflected. They get it back. Count that bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Rodman goes in. And Rodman with the slam.
Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Free throw drops for Rodman. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, can you believe that?
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Now here is Augustine. 18 points for him. Here's MP. Rebounded by Jackson. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Rodman. And the layup's good off the glass. Rodman's got 23.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Take a look at the Warriors. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And of course, there's the Trailblazers, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And for the Trailblazers, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on them. This is where most people expected them to be. They just don't have the talent to be up there with the contenders.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. That one misses. Trailblazers trail by 4. Pass to Rollins. Jackson, a screen on MP. Clinging with it. Bounce pass, Hachimura. Rollins offline with his 3. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Some nice passing by Golden State here. MP against Rollins. It's blocked, and he gets it back. MP kicks to Augustine. Clock is at 3. Second shot opportunity. And the Warriors miss again.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
MP against Rodman. Here's MP. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside, Rodman for the tie. nails it, and we're tied up. Rodman's got 10 points in the quarter.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Rodman with the slam.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
MP finds Augustine. Back to MP. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. MP's got it all tied up now for the Warriors. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 14-3 run. Rodman in the high post. Takes it off the glass. Rodman's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And we've got a timeout called by... Trailblazers. Cousins is checked in, and it's Clark in for Jackson. Then for the Warriors, Connie's checked in, and it's Williams in for Butler. Purdue the pass to Wallace. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Wallace has got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
MP kicks to Kuminga. Here's MP. MP strong inside.
Well, MP knows these are high-value looks inside.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wallace, and the dunk by Wallace.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those. It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Purdue with a screen on Davis. Here's Wallace. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Yeah, that is a timely three-pointer there. They had to keep it within reach going into the fourth, and that shot allows them to do just that.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Trailblazers trail by 5. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Davis. Williams is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's MP. And it's Clowney in at the 5 down low. And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Warriors leading by 3. Now, here's MP. Kuminga, screen on Wallace. MP, and the dunk by MP.
Well, you got to foul MP harder than that. He waited for the contact and gets a chance to add one more at the line.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And I'll tell you, the energy. They've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Here is Purdue. In the corner, Wallace with it. Can he keep it going? And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Kuminga's got his 5th rebound in this one.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Warriors leading by 4. Wallace against MP. 6 on the shot clock. Cousins pulls it in. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Pass to Clark from downtown. The Warriors pull it in. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight to the inside. Here's Clowney. Wallace covering. Here's MP. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Free throw good, MP.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
And Portland making a change here. Cousins is checked in. And both free throws good for MP.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converted.
And the foul called on MP. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And Portland making a change here. Walsh is checked in. Wallace against MP. Wallace misses.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Kicks it out to MP. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Give MP credit. Showing some skill right there. Drawing the whistle.
Throw good, MP.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Portland. Rodman comes in for Evans. The Warriors also with a sub. Moody's checked in.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
And he knocks down the first one.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Good on both. Warriors leading by 6. Kuminga the pass to MP. And again, no good by Golden State. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Moody the pass to MP. That one goes in. MP's got 24 points.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Wallace the pass to Purdue. And here is Rodman. Nailed from three-point land. Rodman's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
And stolen by Cousins. Wallace looking for an opening. Rodman outside. Unloads from 9. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Rodman's got 36.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 1 in the basket from Cousins.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Here's MP. Oh, MP staying with it through the contact.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball. Look, he's got to play smart now. One more foul, and he's gone.
And the Warriors with some changes. Ware's checked in, and it's Butler in for Williams. Here's Klingon. And off the front, and in it goes.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
MP outside. Pass to Moody. Now, here's MP. Rodman grabs the rebound. Rodman's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Right side, Rodman. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Rodman's got 38 points. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Hachimura, he's checked in for Wallace. And the Warriors also making a change. Augustine's checked in. Here's MP. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And that's now 28 points for MP.
And MP's team needed that one. Nice poise right there.
Rodman goes in. And Rodman with the slam.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
MP outside. Fires from 14. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now, here's MP.
Nice slash by MP right there. Love when he takes the initiative.
MP against Rodman. And he uses the glass on the way. Rodman's got 42 in the game. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Now, here's MP. Butler sets a screen for MP. Pass to Augustine. And here's MP for three. Hachimura has the miss. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here on the floor.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line. And clearly not affected by the moment.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. The shot by Rollins, no good. The Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter.
Wow. MP was fully prepared to shoulder the load in this clutch situation.
Pass to Hachimura. Augustine grabs the board. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Warriors. Here's MP. The offensive rebound.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if we can come back. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And you see the composure of Hachimura, not feeling the pressure of the moment at all.
Here's MP. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And they had a foul to kill, but you want to use it on the ground.
And so it's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Money!
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Ware. Kicks it out to MP. Right between the eyes.
And big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
And here is Hachimura. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow. Good win. Let's keep it going. Yo, can you give me a pair of the Chicago Wolves?